Hello and welcome back, Guardians, to another video. Today we're getting the Warmind DLC, and I'm doing a couple of different things today instead of just jumping into a Nightfall and upload a video. Start off with the Warmind DLC. If my reset time every day, every week on Tuesday is 7 p.m. for me. The preload downtime, it'll be 3 hours before reset for everyone. Since I don't know which part of the world you live and what time it's for you when it's your reset, so this is how I'm gonna give it to you, so you know when to pre-download your Warmind DLC and when it's gonna launch and how big it is. Like I said, my reset time is 7 p.m. Preload downtime will be 3 hours before that, so that's 4 p.m. for me. So for example, if you're in the UK, obviously your time will be 6 p.m. and the preload downtime will be 3 p.m. Launch time, it's 8 p.m. for me. So that's 4 hours after you can start the pre-download. You got 4 hours to pre-download it. Another example then, same thing, UK again, it will be 8 p.m. For me, so it'll be 7 p.m. in the UK. The download size of the Warmind is 7 to 8 gig max, so yeah, just make sure you got enough storage. The next thing I'm gonna do is, as soon as the Warmind launches, the first thing I'm gonna do is come to Tower, see what the new vendor's gonna selling, whatever they're offering, and that's basically what I'm gonna show off in the first video. The way that I'm gonna level up my character, and by no means take it this way that you have to do the same thing. The reason I'm doing whatever I'm doing is I want my characters, all 3 characters, to be raid ready by Friday. Because that's when the new raid's gonna drop. And I want my characters to be ready. So I'm not starting off with a Nightfall this week. The first thing I'm gonna do, and bear in mind, I even thought of the characters that I'm gonna do it with. For example, I want my Hunter and Titan to start off with a raid. Depends on like whatever my team's gonna use and what we can use, because obviously having 6 Hunters or 6 Titans in a raid, it's not a good idea. Having a Warlock is always a good thing, but I don't want to play with my Warlock. So I'll start off leveling up my Warlock, because that's the character that I don't really want to bring into a raid for the first time. And I'll explain that in a bit, why I'm bringing the character to level up the character first that I don't want to play the raid with. I'll start off with stories. I'll start off doing my stories with my Warlock, bring it up to 340, because that's probably the level you're gonna hit after you're done with your stories. And the second thing to do for me is my milestones. After I've done my milestones, pick up all the engrams, level up my Warlock a bit, I'm not touching another character still. The third thing that I'm gonna do then is my nightfalls. I'll start doing my nightfalls, see what I can get out of my nightfall. It's probably gonna level up a little bit, not too much, but yeah, something. The fourth thing I'm gonna run into is raids. A Leviathan normal. I'm not gonna jump into prestige because it's gonna drop me double loot, and double loot is something I wanna avoid. I wanna grab my loot on every in separate raids. So I'll do the normal Leviathan, after I'll do the normal Argos, and after that I'm doing the Leviathan Prestige. When I'm done doing all that stuff, I'm gonna go and try out the new escalation protocol on Mars. It's just something I want to try out, it's a new thing, but I don't want to do it on a too low a level character, because whatever, it's gonna be really hard and really tough, and I don't want to try something out for hours and hours instead of just leveling up my character and missing out the whole point. I will fully understand if some of you do not agree with this and think like, hey, but that's something I want to see, that's something I want to do. By all means, it's your character, it's your... You got the DLC, you waited for this probably really long, and you just want to try it out. By all means, go for it. I'm basically sticking to the plan that all I'm going to do is level up my characters fast. And the reason I picked up my Warlock first, because I don't want to play it in a raid, is if you pick up the first character to play with, you're going to end up, let's say, I'm just calling something out, it's not going to happen that way, But let's say, for example, this is just an example, it's 350, I end up playing with my warlock. My gun's gonna be level up. If I start playing with a second character, I already have my high level guns, which already give me an advantage on my second character when I'm starting leveling up. Because that character is going to be a bit higher now while he's starting doing his stories, his milestone, nightfalls, raids, and that will level him up a bit higher. So my last character is going to be even a bit higher than that because I'm going to transfer the guns again to my last character while doing all this stuff. Another thing, I do not really care about gear. So, for example, if I get something that can level up my character with gear, I will just infuse it. As you guys can see, I honestly never really cared about it unless it's prestige, leviathan gear. I do really not care about the other pieces. And the second thing is all this, like all the gear that I farmed so far, I got my masterworks on it, which gives you the extra buff of you get a bit more armor once you're a new super, which makes my gear a bit hard. Like if I'm gonna go now and because there's new gear in the game and I want to play with that, it's not gonna happen because it's gonna give me a disadvantage. I do not own so many masterwork cores to put in every piece of gear that I find now. It's not a smart thing because I think that I want to save up my masterworks for my exotic guns, not for the gear. Eventually, I will go and farm for some new gear, but that's gonna happen later on in the game. It's not important for me right now. So, basically, all my new gear is gonna get infused into the gear that I have now. Guns, on the other hand, I will fully understand when people tell me like, hey, but guns, I cannot do that. What if I don't get it again? And that's fully understandable. We're getting 100 extra space in your vault, so by all means, if you get new guns, save them up, put them in your vault, or play with them. It's up to you. I'm not gonna judge you on that one. I'm just explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing.
A hunter found these in the E to Z.
Next thing, this is also the last thing. I'm gonna upload all the new stories. I'm gonna probably not the milestones because milestones are just obvious what you need to do. It's pretty simple. The nightfall, yes, I will upload the nightfall. Bear in mind, if the nightfall happens to be one of the new nightfall strikes from the Warmind, yes, you will get a guide, but the guide won't be as good as the guides that you guys seen before. Why? Simply because we've never played those strikes. I've never been into one of those strikes. I can't really tell you this is exactly what's gonna happen. So many ads will spawn left or right. This is how you encounter the boss. I do not know all these things then. If, however, it's an old nightfall, a strike we've already played, yes, expect the same thing like you see every week. So I can tell you like, okay, this might be something you can try out, and this might be something you can do. So yeah, summed up, that's basically what you can expect from me from the whole week. This is my last day I got work, and then I have the whole week off. So pretty much I'll post more videos than I normally do. Also bear in mind, I did stream a couple of times, a couple of last weeks, and this week is gonna be no exception, except for I'm not streaming today and probably not tomorrow. Because if I start streaming, the problem is I'll run into questions and people will be watching. I won't be able to upload my videos because no one wants to watch you doing nothing and standing there for an hour while you're basically just, yeah, not playing the game. So instead of avoiding like, why you not doing this, why you not doing that, try this out, maybe try that out. Instead of avoiding all those questions, I'm just basically not going to stream. I'll probably start streaming around Thursday when I'm done with probably all my characters then, and just running some new stuff, just doing some new stuff, and that's when I'm going to stream again. So don't expect streams for the first 2 days from me. I hope with this I informed you guys about all the new stuff that's coming out and what I'm gonna do. And again, I'm gonna repeat this. You do not have to do them in the same way that I'm doing it. It's just my idea of leveling up my characters, and it's just my idea to get ready for the next for the new raid next Friday. Actually not next Friday, it's this Friday. Yeah. But yeah.
I get these from a hunter.
That's basically it for me then.
Glad to be.
A small other thing that I didn't talk about yet, but you can pick up your milestones from the tower. If you did not pick them up, they might get you might lose them. The reason I'm not picking them up, I don't need them. I got all the exotics in the game, so this is something I'll just gamble. Bungie talked about it, that we might be able to lose them, and I am willing to take that chance because I never know if I'm going to get something new. If there's still something you want to do before reset, there is just one small thing, and that's you might want to pick up the treasure maps, because treasure maps do contain exotic engrams from time to time, and I mean it's a good chance to pick these up, and you never know, if you open them, if you find them after the DLC drops, you might get a new exotic. Who knows? I don't. We'll find out. Why did I not talk about turning in Vanguard tokens and gunsmith materials? Because everyone's probably hyped about, hey, we're gonna go and turn them in, find something new. A couple of things. If I do them, I'll probably end up doing it on my last character, because I want them to be I don't know about the levels yet, where they're gonna drop at. And the second thing is, I do not know if there's only these vendors still in tower only that I can turn them into. There might be some new vendors on Mars. Who knows? I don't. So, I'll see if there's someone new where I can turn in these weapon materials or tokens and find something new. So that's the reason I didn't talk about them, because they're not important at the moment. Another thing to bear in mind is also, if you're playing with teammates, if you can save some bright dust, buy yourself some fire team medallions and use them while you're playing the game. It's not that much effort, and it will rank you up quicker. Which is a good thing for all of us. I also bought a lot of 3 of coins last week, just to make sure, like, whenever I'm playing, I'm gonna put one of these on. Yes, it won't drop me an exotic every time I play the game, but even if it's like once in 2 hours, it's still something good. I wouldn't probably get it, so yes, I'm gonna use him. Those are all my tips for you guys. It's still up to you how you want to play your game and how you want to level up your character, but that's something I'll leave up to you. If you enjoyed the video, a like is much appreciated. Subscribe for more if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video.